Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of XR Frontier. My name is Jurgen Moors, and the last episode we kicked off a series of episodes around the hardware of extended reality headsets. We already focused on how I'm going to power my headset, which is important depending on what you want to realize. What are the optics or some of the aspects of optics that you need to be aware of? And now we're going to focus on the display. And when we talk about display, there are a lot of similarities that you can have towards a TV screen or towards your screen from a smartphone. And what do we find there? Of course, the more pixels, this is one thing that you look at, the better your image will probably be. The brightness, how bright is your headset actually giving off its pixels and its light? It's important when you're outside in an outside application, yes or no, to make sure that you can see the difference or the actual digital images being actually displayed. So you need to see that through your headset. When you're indoors, for instance, how bright is it? If it's too bright, it will hurt your eyes after a certain while in time. So the brightness of the image is also very important. How's your refresh rate? How fast does your image or do your pixels refresh? It's very important for people who are susceptible to motion sickness. If you are very susceptible to motion sickness, you really need to look for a headset that has a high refresh rate because it diminishes the chances that you will actually get motion sickness inside your goggles in the end. What's your resolution of the goggles, of the display? Why is that important? When your resolution is really, really low, you will get these images that you will see with the first televisions where you can still see the stripes. Well, this is also something that you will see then in the headset. And especially for a virtual environment or virtual reality environment, you don't want to see that because it will take away part of the experience that you have in there as well. And last, very important thing when you look at edges is, is my horizontal field of view. And to give you or tell you what that is, my horizontal field of view is how can I look with my eyes in the horizontal field around me. Most people on average with both of their eyes have an angle of 50 to 60 degrees where they can see on a horizontal field of view with both their eyes. Meaning in this area, I can see with both my eyes, both my left and my right eye, both my left and my right hand. The more I move away in my horizontal field of view, I can still see both my hands, but at this moment, I can only see my left hand with my left eye and my right hand with my right eye. And at a certain point in time, I can no longer see them. And for most people, this is somewhere between 180 and 190 degrees. Now, what do you want to look for in a headset? You want, of course, a headset that at least goes above 90 degrees and in the best case even further, because especially when you look at a virtual reality environment, and especially when you look at a good experience, you need the biggest horizontal field of view as you can get, because the smaller it gets, and especially when you go to this 50, 60 degrees and smaller, you get a binocular experience or the feeling where you look through binoculars and you cannot see what's around you. So this is why the horizontal field of view is so important. And this wraps up the 2 episodes about very specific topics of the hardware where you need to look at from the last episode, think about power, and the second thing was to look at the optics, and now from this episode to focus on the display. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and see you next time when we talk about the marvel of technology in an XR headset. Bye bye. See you then.